Hello and welcome to Ketter Farms. We're back with another episode of Edgewater, Saskatchewan, and today we're going to be making a couple of quick changes here before we get into swathing our canola. We have replaced that big horrible auger that I've been struggling with all this time with this versatile auger out of the vintage auger pack. And so this is a much more reasonably sized here. I didn't quite get it lined up very well. Let's see if I can pop the top off here, open cover. And yeah, we're gonna have to scooch this auger back just a little bit. There we go. And then to go along with that, we have this new mod here, which is something that I have been given early access to from BC Bueller. We're going to be testing this a nice drive over belt, and I believe this is a Soaring Eagle drive over conveyor is what the mod is called. And so this should hopefully work out really well for us. We're going to be testing this out today with auto drive because BC Bueller wanted to get a little bit of feedback on it. So I'm going to go ahead and just use our hand here to make sure I've got this kind of lined up. I haven't tried this setup at all, so I'm really hoping it works out. But this auger is going to require a tractor to run it, and I'm just ever so slightly not lined up. It's the little details like that that get to me. So let's, whoops, okay, we've messed everything up. Hang on, let's do this in cab. All right, I'm lined up that way. I'm lined up that way. Everything looks good. Stop monkeying with it, Ketter. All right, we'll see how this works out for us. However, before we can do any of that, we need to move the time forward and get ourselves into September here. All right, so now our canola is ready to harvest here. We need to go ahead and get this swather going as our first step. I'm going to hopefully be able to get our start position somewhere that is going to work out for us here. And we're going to generate, I want to say we did 3 swaths last time. Oh, we've only got one tool. 3 swaths last time seemed to work out pretty good. And we're going to just take all the defaults here. Generate. Boom, boom, boom. Looking good. And I should be able to just hop right up in here. We're going to go fast enough to get the swath. Oh, the swath is instantaneous. I forgot that. Well, we got a little bit of grass in there too now. We're going to just get this guy started off right away. I want to get going on the combining as fast as possible. Looking good. We're getting little spots of grass in there anytime the header bleeds off the edge of the field. So hopefully we're not going to lose too many crops from all of this. So he's going to go all about doing his thing. And honestly, we don't have a whole lot else going on the farm right now. So we're going to jump right into this combine and we're going to follow along behind and see if we can get some crops going here. And then we will be hooking things up with the semi here to test out auto drive after the fact. Now, the good news is that we can use the same course that we've got on the swather on this combine here. So after I finish getting everything unfolded, we're going to go ahead and attempt to pick this up. Oh, we got flax in here. Oh, no. That's not what I want in the thing at all. Oh, no, it's switching over to canola. Okay. Well, hopefully it hangs on to the canola moving forward and we don't get any further issues. I think I have to come into this worker and hit the copy button to get his course. And then I can come over here and paste. There we go. First waypoint. Hit start. And I think we're off. It's all looking good. Please don't lose my canola here. Oh, it lost it. Oh, man. That's annoying. All right, well, hopefully there's not little bits of flax all over this field because we just lost a couple bushels of canola because of that. Some odd behavior there. The balers do kind of the same thing. I think that's just part of Farm Sim being Farm Sim. Oh, well, everything else seems to be going, and this is going to be the true test. We've got 18 bushels of canola here. This better not wreck our canola. There we go. It skipped over that flax. All right. It's just when you've got a little bit in the hopper there that's a problem, it looks like. So I'm feeling a lot better now. So while that's running, we're gonna jump over here into our semi, and we're gonna clean up this little bit of an auto drive course that we've got right now. We don't have much because we did lose most of our course when we had to restart our save here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this point and I'm gonna try and hook it up here on an angle to make sure that we've got the ability to have a full loop in the yard. And I'm going to drive around here, and we're gonna straighten out this course and make sure that it's running over the top of our auger over here. I have a farmyard point, but what I need to do is add a auger dump point. I'm gonna straighten this out a little bit. I want to swing it nice and wide coming into this auger. Looks like we've got a pretty good course going here already. And let's just bring this back in, kind of straighten things out. This is a course that'll probably have to change a little bit depending on where our auger ends up each time, but that's all right. It's super easy to edit. And then if I drive over this, it bounces a little bit, but doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. But I am noticing we should probably bring some of these points out to keep driving straight over this thing. And at present, at least, I've only got the one trailer on here. I could hook the doubles back up if I found something to put that fertilizer into, but for right now, this looks good. We've got wheat in here right now. I don't want to put wheat in here. I'm going to put canola in this big trailer. So I think what we're going to do is just pull forward until I hit this point. We're going to give it a name, bins, and we're going to keep driving here, and then we'll turn off. So let's see what this looks like if I tell it to go to bins. I just want to see how well our auto drive course figures out how to get here. It's a pretty steep turn. All right, here we come around the corner. Ooh, wow, we're swinging way too wide. All right, stop. Well, that was unfortunate, but I think that's because this corner here is just a little too steep. So I'm gonna pull this back in a bit, and we're gonna set that up and try again. All right, round two. Let's see how this works out this time. I seem to be still... Oh, stop. I tried to hit the brakes, but not so much. We still seem to be coming in wide. I think I'm going to have to come in a lot straighter than this. Or maybe... Well, I'd hate to have to redo my entire auto drive setup. I was going to say maybe I need to come in from the other side. Well, let's try and move this course back here a little bit. I'll have to move the pickup out of the way so that I can swing a bit wider here. Looks like our swather's already made its first round and is starting off on the second. Means our combine's probably somewhere all filled up waiting for us, so we'll have to try and catch up with him in just a second. I really need to figure out what I'm going to do with all of the wheat in this trailer. I will probably just sell it off. We've got so much stuff in our bins already. I didn't think about it ahead of time, and I'm not going to do the switcheroo now. All right, here we go. Moment of truth is third time the charm. We've got a nice wide thing. I think this truck is just so long. Okay, that technically worked, but man, are we close on the outside edge there when we're coming through. But we made it. And so we're not going to monkey with it too much. I think if anything, we might just pull this node over a smidge to make sure we're coming in right on center. But yeah, it worked. So we're going to leave it. And I think we're going to just find a place to sell this wheat. It's 1 truckload of wheat. What are the wheat prices looking like? We're in September. Oh, the bottom of the wheat selling here at 22, but honestly it doesn't change that much, so we're gonna go ahead and just run this up and sell it, and that is gonna be all the way down in the bottom corner of the map. So I think what we'll do is I will empty out the combine real quick to make sure that we can keep him moving, and then we'll create a little bit of an auto drive course as we drive it down to the sell point. We've got the ever so speedy, versatile four-wheel drive here on the grain cart, since we had to put the white on the auger. And so this is not my preferred setup, but we don't really have the money to buy another tractor just now. And honestly, it kind of works out. I mean, this versatile isn't that big, and so it's just kind of slow. Not that in real life I'd probably drive much over 18 miles an hour in the field anyway. In fact, 18 miles an hour feels pretty fast in a big tractor like this, but we'll see how it works out. Luckily, the combine is right over here. It did get full and stopped though, so I'm a little bit upset. We had that line of flax around the outside of the field. Looks like we lost a whole swath of canola all the way down over here. It got turned into flax because there was 1 inch of flax along the outside of the field here. So that's a little bit disappointing. I mean, I guess we can always come back and combine the flax after the fact, but yeah, I would have preferred the canola at this point because I don't know what I'm going to do with 20 feet of flax. We're getting all this canola out. It looks like we've got quite a bit in the combine here, so that's exciting. We'll get around this curve. It's just so hard to keep up with the combine on the curve, especially when I don't have like a pedals or something set up. The go stop mode on the keyboard just doesn't make for good fine-tuning here. I guess I could use the cruise control and go up and down with the numbers, but sometimes it's fun to just enjoy the process, pause and take a look at the machinery. I don't know why the combine keeps stopping. I must be in his way in theory. Let me pull over here. Yeah, he's detecting me and stopping because I'm too wide. Alright, well this is proving to be a very painful to unload on the go because the combine keeps stopping, but we managed to empty him out here. We've got quite a bit in here, but more than I was expecting, so we're already at 367 bushels of canola in the grain cart here. I'm going to go ahead and drive him back over here to the field entrance, and we'll go get the wheat out of this combine real quick. We'll go get the wheat out of this semi real quick. All right, we're up here at what I believe is Grain West, the GW. So I'm going to go ahead and get our wheat sold off real quick here, and then we'll put a waypoint in just past this for auto drive purposes. Now, if I'd held on to this wheat, we probably could have made another 5 to 10 grand more. But I think it was worth it to just get rid of it now. Give us a little bit of something. I'm trying to get to another point here. There we go. Grain West sell point. Perfect. All right. Let's get this back up to the farm now and hop into our grain cart and keep that combine moving. And we'll be able to test out our grain delivery to the bins in auto drive in no time here. Whoops. We'll fix that at some point. No, we won't. We'll forget about it. Alright, I'm gonna stop recording here. I should be able to just connect this up like so. And away we go. I think for this field, what I'm going to do is create what's called a side road, and to do that I need to hold shift down when I hit the record button. I think I'm trying to figure out the best place to start this from. I'm actually going to start it from right here, so let me just reverse and get into position. If I hold left shift record, that's going to come in here like so, because I'm only going to use this course when we're harvesting. And what I want this to do is come out like this, and we're going to call this Field 1 South. And I know that I'm only ever going to use this when we're harvesting, And so I don't care that it's driving through the field. And the fact that it's a side road means AutoDrive won't use it by default. It's only going to use it when you need to go to a point that's specifically on that road. And so if I come here to here, see how it's got the yellow path instead of the other path. That's important here for making it a side road. So that's going to get me back into the farm, because I'm pretty much only ever going to pull the truck in, unload, and then go to the farm. And then over here, we're going to do the same thing. So let me just get this hooked up. I think I have to click on this point with shift. Oh, nope. There we go. The other point was already there. And then here, we're going to do the same thing. So let me kind of get backed up a little bit. And right in here, I'm going to shift record. And I think, oh, it is going to start a new point for me. That's all right. I'm going to handle this turn like so, and then stop recording. Perfect. And I can honestly probably combine these two courses a little bit. So let me get turned around here and see what I can do to fix this up a little bit. This can go into here. And how do I delete a point while clicking on it? Left Alt. So if I actually delete this path, we'll have both of them take the little bit wider curve here. I'll move this over ever so slightly and have that go into there. There, now I've got two nodes in. I can smooth this out a little bit and it should probably work. I'm not positive here on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here. I'm going to put myself on this road here, and I'm going to tell it to go to Field 1 South and see what happens. And I'm really hoping that when we drive over that auger bit, it's not going to bounce it up too much. I should probably create another path around the auger and then do the same thing that I just did here, where the only time I drive over this drive over auger is when we're trying to dump into it. But it is what it is, and it looks like that's working out okay, so I'm not going to question it. Our combine is full right now, but I want to make sure this guy is going to be able to get to where he needs to be. It does look like the combine's been doing a pretty good job of keeping up with the swather. I mean, the swather's clearly several rounds ahead, but had I been emptying the combine, I think he'd kept going here. All right, now this is the moment of truth. This is a big turn here with the fence and everything, so I just want to make sure we can get into the field. I'm going to open the top up here. Now, ideally, I'd have the double trailer behind me here when we do this, so yeah. I probably wanted to put that point a little bit further down the way here, if I'm being honest, but let's see if I can... How would I get rid of the target there? I can get rid of the target like that, and then let's go ahead and just move up 2 and put the target here. That's much better. Alright, so now instead of this mode, we're going to do pick up and deliver. We're doing canola, not that it matters. This is Field 1 South. This is bins. Drive. Should be good to go now, so I'm going to go ahead and hop back over here into the Versatile, and we'll go ahead and dump into the semi here real quick before we go and unload the combine, just to make sure we've got enough in the grain cart here, enough capacity in our grain cart to unload that combine. And hopefully this is going to work out pretty well for us, because we've got that whole other half of this field to do in canola as well, over on the other side of the creek here, and there's a lot more ground over there. And so we're going to want to be able to kind of keep things moving and grooving. And in theory, I could probably set courseplay off on the unload combine here. So we might try that in just a second. I'm going to get it emptied first, and then I'm going to hit this button and see if it's able to figure out how to get over there. All right, all emptied out, hit and play. Let's see what happens. Oh, we've got a cruise control set. Hang on. Let's bump that up, get out of the way here. We bumped that swath there. I think that's why you missed that little corner bit there. That's all right. And it looks like maybe courseplay is set to a maximum of 12. I'm going to bump that up as well. This tractor's already slow enough. No reason we can't keep it moving here. And yeah, it seemed to find this all right, so I'm none too worried about it. Now, the fact that this is an articulated tractor may cause us some problems at some point, but hopefully not. We're 335 bushels here. Nice. And we are in the way. I'm just waiting to see if courseplay figures this out. Doesn't look like it. All right, well, that's a minor problem. We'll we'll go ahead and get out of the way here, I guess. My hopes have been dashed. Might as well run this back over here, though, and dump into the truck. I don't know how big these single hoppers are in the semi here. I'm used to having both trailers and knowing that we can put quite a few full loads of this grain cart in there. But it doesn't look like it's overly full, even though I've already got over 300 bushels in there. So I'll go ahead and dump this in and we'll see what it looks like. But we might just start the truck off anyway, because I'm super curious if this is all going to work out with auto drive. So while that's unloading, just on the off chance that he does get full and get started, I'm realizing I don't think I hooked the tractor back up to this thing or anything. So let's do that. All right, everything looks lined up now. So let's jump over in here. I'm going to tell this thing to get going. The swather's already done with this field, which is nice. We're only at 82% with the canola, but the curiosity here and yeah, the curiosity is killing me. We got to see if this is going to work. So let's jump into it and see what happens. Got plenty of time to get the swather started on the next field here. The combine's not going to catch up with us for a few minutes for sure. And I'm always surprised at just how fast the semi comes barreling through the yard here. Now, I know it should drive over this thing without any problems, but I'm still nervous because we come up real close to it here. We slowed way down, and yeah, it looks like auto drive is going to detect it as a vehicle in the way. So it's waiting its turn to be able to pull forward here to the point because it detects this as a vehicle in the way, unfortunately. Oh, I was hoping this was gonna work out a little bit better. So let me see here. I mean, yeah, I guess. Well, let's just see if this thing works in general real quick. There we go. So we've got the canola coming out into the auger. Canola's going up the auger and into the bins. So yeah, this is purely just an auto drive-ism where this pullover auger is getting detected as a vehicle. Well, I'll have to take a look at this and see if there's going to be a way to resolve that. I think part of the problem is all the belts and things are vehicles in Farm Sim here now. So let's something that I'm not sure how we'll be able to resolve. I'll have to talk to BC Bueller and see if there's going to be anything we can do to work around that. But regardless, it works so much better than the auger setup we were having in previous videos. We can actually just drive over it and get our semi unloaded here, so that's a bonus. And all we got to do is come up and manually handle the unload. It's a step in the right direction, and yeah, hopefully we're going to be able to figure out how to get that automated here at some point. However, I think this is going to be a great place to wrap up today's episode. We've done a lot of goofing off, playing around with some different mods, getting our auto drive courses set back up, shuffling the equipment around. And, well, I mean, we've all but finished, or mostly finished, the canola harvest on the first half of Field 1 here. The combine's got a handful of rounds here left to make, but the bulk of the work is done. Next episode, we should be able to finish knocking out our canola harvest here and get back into things. It looks like we're not dropping a straw swath with the canola either, I noticed. Which I know a lot of people in the comments were saying that canola straw isn't really worth a whole lot. I just don't remember if it's something that we could actually do or not. I have the straw swath disabled in course play right now, which is why it's not dropping a straw swath right now, I think. I don't remember when I would have set that setting on, but we may try and turn that back on for the other side of the field here, or maybe I'll turn it on right now just to see what's going on. Activated. I wonder if I have to stop and start again for that to work. I can't bring up the course play window right now. Interesting. Well, I've completely broken something here. There we go. Let me pause this for 1 second. I've got straw swath enabled. I wonder if there just is no straw with canola, at least in this particular map, because we're not getting any. All right, well, that's fine. I know in the comments people were saying canola straw not really worth a whole lot because it's so thin. I guess for some reason I always just thought canola was a straw crop, but you know, this is one of the reasons why I love trying to run semi-realistic series here in Farm Sim and getting all of the real-life feedback from everyone in the comments, because I learn something new all the time. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode. A little bit of an odd one with setting up all these mods and doing different things, but we're making great progress here on Edgewater, Saskatchewan. And in case you didn't see my post on Facebook, we're getting real close to a release. It's going through console testing now, so the map could be released in the next few days, potentially. I don't know. It's not something that I have visibility in, but make sure you're following South Sask Modding and BC Bueller for updates, because it feels like we're getting real close to a public release for Edgewater, Saskatchewan, which I think everybody's going to be real excited for. We are going to be running a cross-play, a multiplayer server for this for channel members, and getting that set up as soon as the map launches. So if you're looking for playing on this map and you want to do so in a multiplayer experience, be sure to keep your eyes open for that, and hopefully this will be out soon. That's all for today. Ketterk out.